Hey guys, so really quick, I want to talk to you about building muscle. So somebody suggested that I talk more about it because people don't understand that you actually can get your pump back on the ketogenic diet. You can build muscle, and I've gained 11 pounds now since last year of muscle, and a lot of it has been in my back because I've been doing so many pull-ups in my lower half, because you've got to understand that well, you don't have to understand, but if you did understand, it'd be fabulous. So what I did was I blew out my knee and I broke everything, and I mean literally everything on the entrappings of my knee, because I used to be a pro skateboarder. So with that said, people look at me and still think that I'm a runner or a dancer, and I think this is just way too low. Okay, here we go. And it's still too low. Geez, I'm having to like stand with the wide stance, which then someone's like, why do you stand with the wide stance? And I'm like, it's a busted knee. So to keep the business, standing like this, putting pressure on my knee, so I stand with the wide stance. Here we go. So basically, I want to talk to you about what type of workout that I do, or what I've chosen to do, that I have had this reaction on keto to gain 11 pounds of muscle. Remember, I said a lot of it is in the lower half, which these are large muscle groups. They were atrophied before due to all the surgeries and the arthritis, the pain, and not being able to squat. So I've got a sumo squat, and even at that, the range of motion is quite small. It's within a very narrow range. But here we go. Yeah. Okay, guys, so basically, people believe that they lose their pump, which you do. Okay, so for every gram of carbohydrate, you're holding 2.5 grams of water. Carbohydrate, you swallow it with water, your kidneys dump it once you stop eating so many starches and sugars. I would drive the carbs down to 15 in the beginning. Use a glucometer to test how much carbohydrate you can reintroduce back into your system without getting out of ketosis, because your millimolar numbers will drop. People are like, what am I looking for when I'm using a glucometer? You're looking for higher millimolar numbers if you are not a type 1 diabetic, which I've said in other videos that you cannot go on the ketogenic diet if you're a type 1. I am now corrected. You can go on the ketogenic diet if you are a type 1, but you need to be monitored and checked by your doctor like nobody's business, because their ketones can become acidic. It's called ketoacidosis. It can be very harmful, but I digress. Let's get back to the workout. Yeah. Okay, so what I believe created a nice little growth hormone effect was the fact that I'm sort of doing a HIIT style of training. So I've been doing the common resistance training, weight training, for years, but the real growth spurt came from pull-ups, handstand push-ups, push-up, head to ground, walk across the room on the hands, because of course I can't use my darn knees, so everything becomes a lot of upper body, but I have to take gnarly breaks. So I'm actually recovering within my workout, so bomb diddy. So I'm doing like massive force, probably under 30 seconds, followed by sometimes up to 4 minutes recovery. So people have this concept of bam, running around the gym. People are doing like P90X. They're doing HIIT style training where they don't break long enough, and they're just burning muscle. Now, mind you, I'm in ketosis. I'm not glucose dependent. I say to these guys in the gym who are a lot younger than me, because I'm 46. These guys are 20. And they're like, oh, God, I'm so tired. I need my pre-workout. I didn't take I'm out of my pre-workout. I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, so I try to explain to them. Okay, so you sleep all night, and then you wake up in the morning, and then you're like, yeah, work out on fastest stomach, access the fat cells. What if you have metabolic derangement? Huh? What if you have that? Anybody got the answers? I'm just saying. Tell me. Got the answers? Metabolic derangement, what's that? Your metabolism is broken. What if you're having an autoimmune response that you're not even aware of because you can't handle wheat, or you cannot handle casein, and you're pounding down the milk? You're like, go, oh, milk is great, builds bones. Freaking stuff is denatured. I don't even go into milk. That stuff is nasty. Like, that stuff is freaking soupy, goopy. I mean, you might as well be just freaking drinking like your coolant out of your car. I'm just saying. Knowledge is infinite power. So, you guys are trying to go and train too hard. Even if you lift, you have to be smart. You have to recover within the workout. And what if you're not getting to sleep at night? You're not recovering at night. You're chronically sore. You're not eating the right foods. And so you look at your body. Your legs are this long. This long. What is that? Your legs are like, this little big little legs. Look at these guys with skinny little legs. Oh, it's genetic. That's gluconeogenesis to your quads. Yeah? Your gas tank is empty. You're running off to the gym. You're lifting too heavy. You're not eating the proper foods. And your gas tank is empty. You think you're accessing the fat cells? Hell no. Your body's not going to access the fat cells. That's its emergency fuel source. We don't need muscle. That's become a vanity thing. Yeah, we don't need to be real strong and lift rocks off the frickin' whatever anymore. We're cinder blocks. We're not doing that. We don't need muscle. We're going to burn through our amino acids, convert it back into sugar, so your brain can get that fuel source that it needs, because you are glucose dependent. And then you crash, and then you rise, and then you create even more autoimmune disorder. And you're wondering why you're not building muscle? You're wondering why your thighs are small, and then you're all poofy on the upper body, and then you got to take creatine to look bigger, and then your legs get smaller? Just saying. Well, we know that a lot of guys don't work out their legs, but really, why are they so tiny? Tiny little things, and they're all poofy on the upper body. So back to the pump, or what is it? Okay, here we go. Okay. So basically, you can get your pump. Your body has to. Your immune system is massive. I'm talking about thyroid health all the time. Your thyroid, dudes and girls, but dudes, I'm talking to sort of about your testosterone levels, and to estrogen, like the balance, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. What the freaking about the stress that you're going through, the gut flora that's all screwed up. So you guys want to build big muscle, but your gut flora is like way down regulated. All this nasty bacteria is overgrown, and you've got candida, and you've got freaking yeast on the outside of your bullocks. I'm just saying. Oh boy. Nobody talks about this stuff, right? Nobody talks about the quality of poop, which is like gross, but whatever. I'm not going to talk about it, but you need to think about that. You know, your colon health. You need to think about the bacteria. You need to think about, how much serotonin, dopamine. You need to think about hypothalamus. You need to think about all your glands. You need to think about how much you sleep at night. It's like, when I talk to people, they're like, it's like an invisible net is flying around their head. I'm like, what is going on? People can't hold attention past 6 seconds. 6 seconds, and then boof, they're off in la la land. No wonder people are sick. They don't have, many people don't have the capacity to focus beyond the 6 seconds. So they're fuzzy here. They've got candida everywhere. I'm just saying. What about if they're just high cortisol driven and you're massive cortisol? What if you've got too much estrogen? Oh my God. And you have to realize, why is your body not building muscle? And then you go on the ketogenic diet, boom, your kidneys drop water, and you lose your pump. And then you're paranoid. You're like, oh my God, I need amino acids to drive it into the muscle cell to grow big muscle. And I'm like, I'm closer to 50 now that I am to 40, and I'm a woman with a busted leg that can't do any cardio, yet I keep building muscle. And I'm no genetic freak. Remember, it's always how you express your genetic potential. That's what's fantastic. It's not genes, it's how you express them. You want to keep your DNA and your telomeres, you want to keep it there? Clean your shite out. Everything's all gooked up. Maybe that's why you're not building muscle. Maybe that's why you're not adapting. Yeah? Your body begins to regulate. It knows how to use, instead of being insulin resistant, which so many people are, and so many people are taking caffeine and it's overtaxing their adrenal systems. You don't read about it because you don't want to see that. There's always conflicting information. But if you're not giving your coffee to a 2-year-old every day, probably shouldn't do it yourself. If you have inverted cortisol and you're awake at night and you have a hard time waking up in the morning, you're hitting snooze and you're hitting snooze, then your immune system is going down the toilet. I'm just saying. Okay guys, so this is the business. People actually ask me, they're like, If I don't talk about the business, they ask for it. And it's a constant reminder for those who are, tuning in the first time, because videos get placed in the most random spots. And what I've done is, people are like, I can't give up and I can't give up that, this or that. I would eat dirt out of the ground if it would meant that I'm supposed to get more minerals into my body. I don't even care. Yeah? I'm about preserving my health and my personality and designing a new me, and all that darn 70s processed food that started coming in, that I have to go and detox all of that crap because I didn't know any better. But now I know better. And you guys should too. And if you want to learn more about the non-BS diet, because to get into ketosis, you have to clear your shit up. You have to unclog your liver and your colon. That health has to be on par. Yo, like you have no idea. You could be deficient. You could have leaky gut and don't even know that. Because you're used to feeling like crap, that too. You're used to feeling like crap and having chronic fatigue and using coffee to get your level, like your energy back up, and not even realize that you are gutting your immune system even more. And you could be deficient in the D and the iron and B12 and the quality of meats, yo. Like, I wouldn't be eating steak every day, to be honest. Think you're going to build muscle drinking milk. Because you're going to bam, 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 screw yourself up. Okay, guys, so I just want to say that you can build muscle. Give your body time to balance, become highly keto adapted. So now your body knows how to still push the amino acids into your muscle cell without the high demand of protein and the high demand of carbohydrates, because you become insulin sensitive. And you grow. Bam! You grow muscle. And your hormones become normalized. And you feel fantastic! You got energy like I do! Yeah! Close to 50, close to 50. Camera's all like blah, blah, blah. Sorry, guys. If you want to learn more about my lame expression of keto coaching, but I do, consulting, whatever you want to call it, I don't really give a crap. If you want to learn more, I've worked with a ton of people to try to drive ketogenesis, which is so pro-immune system instead of anti-gutting your immune system. You can go to stephanieperson.com or Stephanie the Business Person on my fan page, Facebook. Peace out! Yeah, guys. I just freaking love life. How corny does that sound? But I do. It is challenging. Don't get it twisted, right? Stuff is challenging. But the more you learn and the more you're willing to change who you are, the better life gets. Yeah, 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 yeah.